It's just going to come to a day where all of a sudden America's not going to exist no more.
That's right.
Firearms is just what they want to start with. If they get that, they'll go further and further until you have no hands and feet. Because those are the first weapons used by any human to protect themselves.
Did anybody here go on a mass shooting this weekend?
No!
So why are they taking our guns away?
Because if they come for your guns, he's going to see it waylay when they come for him. If they come for his guns, you're going to see it and waylay them when they come for you.
Welcome to Arizona, pleasure to meet you. Land of militia soldiers and Confederate recruits. Brandish a weapon, it's legal, the penalties are few, but it's lawful for foreigners, medical benefits refused.
How many of you think the federal government should go fly a kite? How many of you want federal bureaucrats coming into this state and telling you what to do with your firearm? Good, because this bill tells the federal government to go fly a kite. If they step in this state and try to tell the people of this great state what to do with their firearm, well, we'll show them what we're going to do with our firearm.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Can I ask you a question about your sign?
Sure.
Do you think Jesus would have supported people having AR-15s? Assault rifles?
I believe that the sword of the time was the AR-15 and of today. So I do believe that there was nothing wrong with carrying a weapon to defend yourself. We have evil throughout this world, and the only person that can get rid of evil is Jesus Christ. So we're trying to battle the wrong battle by trying to go after guns. We're going after the sword. The sword is not the problem. The men of heart, the heart of men, which is evil, is the problem. The reason that we have these weapons is to prevent tyranny in our government. And if we're going to say that our government is the only good and we're going to give them the weapons, but we're going to go defenseless, I don't agree with that. I don't think that you can say that one entity is better than another.
So you believe that the Second Amendment says that it was written to protect, so that you could protect yourself against the tyranny of the United States government?
Absolutely.
When do you determine that it's time to take up arms against the United States government?
I believe
What is it that would cause you to think that would be justified?
I believe it's not any one man's decision on when we take up arms. I think it's when the constitutional rights that we have perceived as men are taken away is when we take up arms.
Mm-hmm. But who would determine that?
The militia, and the militia is the people.
Would be the determining factor, or the majority of the people?
The majority of the people are the militia.
But the majority of the people voted for Obama.
The majority of the people voted for Obama. That doesn't mean that all of the people support him.
You got to remember, if you take up arms now, those same police and soldiers aren't all going to fight for the government. There's a lot of police and military that don't support that.
That's right.
So you think that if there was an uprising today, that the police and military would side with what group?
Some of them would.
And what
There's no doubt in my
What group
mind.
would they have to pick, though?
Huh?
The message is kind of foggy in that area.
Well,
I mean, you got to admit.
I can't speak for everybody, but I served 18 years. I swore to defend that Constitution, and I don't think the dude in the White House right now did. He may say he does, but he doesn't really believe it. He's been going around the Constitution quite a bit since he's been there.
Give me some examples of how he's gone around.
And signing the deal over here for the Mexicans and stuff, the illegals to stay here now. He didn't put that through Congress.
Action?
Yeah.
Okay, but here's where I have a problem with what you're saying, not necessarily whether you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Is that I didn't hear any outrage when George W. Bush signed executive orders that gave undocumented immigrants rights, and he did, and so did Bill Clinton.
Maybe you weren't looking for him. Clinton. I go all the way back to Reagan. I got aggravated at Reagan when he gave $10 million of them the right to stay here illegally. Where does it stop?
Okay,
if you're going to keep doing that, just open the border forever. I understand that, but they weren't talking about taking away your firearms, and he is. You don't do it all at once. You do a little bit at a time. And I understand that. But I'd have had a problem with Reagan if he'd have tried that.
But Reagan, did you have a problem with Reagan enough to want to take up arms against him when he supported stronger gun regulations than Obama is?
Depends on how far down that line you're willing to go and cross.
AR-15 is not for shooting small varmints. The AR-15 is for shooting tyrants when they get too big.